For me, the way that any space can be transformed is through art, and its power is that it speaks to our emotions. I'm Favianna Rodriguez, and I'm a Presidio Activator. I grew up in Oakland, in the Bay Area, in a region full of national parks, and I am the first artist at the Presidio Tunnel Tops. That's very significant. I was very excited to be part of a body that helped shape a future Presidio that was more inclusive and welcoming, especially in the age of climate crisis, when we recognize that structural racism for hundreds of years has left many communities out of national parks. And in fact, communities of color like mine have been relegated to dirty communities, polluted communities. It's critical that we create accessible pathways for everyone to enjoy nature. The Presidio Activators represents a different kind of effort to work with cultural leaders from impacted communities to see how the parks can better serve these communities and how we can rethink these spaces. In order to move forward, we have to look at the past, and that's why my project is titled Ancestral Futurism. My goal in creating this art project was to involve as many stakeholders as possible and to hear different perspectives and voices. And I started by presenting my project to the Presidio Activators, who represent all kinds of communities of color from the region, disabled communities, veteran communities. And I also consulted with Ramaytush Ohlone leaders to get an understanding of the significance of the different creatures that I was depicting. It was important to raise up certain species that had been almost driven to extinction: the mountain lion, the elk, the salmon, the grizzly bear. My goal was to make them colorful and creatures from my imagination that could speak to all audiences, especially to children, so that we can honor that they were once here and hopefully support in their return. I've hardly been to this park before this project. My community didn't have events here. I was never really invited to anything here because it was not a place to gather. To see people of color, families, communities of color, immigrants using the park has to be something that is normalized, and it is a part of how this park functions. People just walk into the art and they feel joy, and they express joy, and they say, wow, I feel something different. I feel something with color. Color is such a part of so many of our cultures, and now I get to call this park my park. I'm excited about what this park can be, to just invite people from my community and to know that they can hang out on a blanket and look at the Golden Gate while they're listening to hip hop music. I mean, that's like a real dream come true.